nothing more UCP, small government, than to create a ministerial order for a non-issue that basically still allows for the thing that they're trying to stop because of a few made-up concerns by some frigid old bitches. And then have a presser to explain the ministerial order. Just hold on. Alberta bans school library books it deems sexually explicit. Because remember, a group of concerned parents found graphic novels and things like that in school libraries and were horrified. And so the UCP responded to this by creating a ministerial order. So now school boards must review all library materials. They also need to start supervising students to make sure that they're reading appropriate materials. Oh, and because it's the UCP, they're not giving the schools any more money. Figure it out on your own. And so the schools have to get this all done by October 1st. But in this presser, it just went back and forth with the logic. Schools have a database. They know what's in the library, but they need to check the library. This isn't a book ban. It's safety for children. We get to decide what's inappropriate. And it's just school libraries, not public libraries attached to schools, not the internet, not teachers' ability to use whatever material they feel necessary in their curriculum. And they keep repeating K-12. Are there a lot of K-12 schools? I thought it was generally elementary schools, maybe a junior high school, and then a high school. Each one of those libraries would have different books based on the ages of the children in the school. Now, even let's say there's a K-9 school, and let's pretend that there are older books in that K-9 library. And let's even say that a K stumbles across an inappropriate book, according to the UCP. What do you think is going to happen? Is this child going to burst into flames? They probably won't even read it. They won't understand what it's all about, would likely discard it. But there should be supervision of children in schools. Shouldn't there? I mean, who didn't run to the National Geographic section in your school library? You know. And Nicolaides even said curiosity is fine, just not in school libraries. It's just the weirdest fucking issue that is a non-issue, but is being made an issue. And Nicolaides didn't even read the books that started this whole thing because he's too busy to read a graphic novel. It's not the fucking encyclopedia. Do you see? I just don't know why this is all becoming such a big fucking issue. When kids at recess, when they're allowed their phones back, can Google whatever the fuck they want to Google. Wouldn't it be better to have books in the library where the librarians know what kids are taking out or looking at with supervision?
Well, the government of Alberta does not have the authority to direct a school board to remove any kind of particular book. So we don't have the ability to do that. We can't do that.
Then what the fuck are we doing here? Then a question was asked. If a teacher uses banned material as part of the curriculum, what the hell's the point of this ministerial order? And Nicolaides said teachers have the ability to create their curriculum and use whatever resources they deem appropriate. I think that based on this wackadoo ministerial order, that a teacher who uses a resource that they don't agree with doesn't meet the criteria of the ministerial order is then going to be subject to potential discipline. That's what I believe. Look out, teachers. And Nicolaides said this isn't a book ban. This isn't about banning books. Because they're keeping the Bible, even though that's the first smut book.
There are several books that have already been named. There is several other books that are on a ban list.
I thought we weren't banning books. That's Nicole. She's the board chair of the Red Deer Public School Division. Red Deer. And Nicolaides doesn't have an issue with violence. Violent books are A-okay. We just don't want kids learning about their bits, other people's bits, what you do with bits, and things like kissing and hand-holding and hugging, implications of sexual acts are only going to be for older students. This weirdo debate puts reasonableness at odds with purity because it's reasonable to not have children reading about things that are beyond their comprehension. But this purity test just has a bunch of other implications. It's a slippery slope. There can be benefits for children learning about things. But this ministerial order is going to outline the do's and don'ts, the cans and can'ts, based on this purity test. Nobody wants children viewing schmornography, but that's not what this is. This is a stepping stool to bigger things, and that's why we have a concern. You cannot tell me that these alleged graphic novels were found in an elementary school library. I don't even think they were found in any library. That's just my opinion, because the group that brought this to Nicolaides has an agenda. And they can bring in their token member of the LGBTQ community which they did, to say this isn't about restricting the ability for LGBTQ students to learn, see themselves reflected in books. We didn't say that. But this ministerial order is a slippery slope to that, because who deems what to be inappropriate? And when you tokenize a member of a marginalized group, make it seem like that member of a marginalized group is speaking on behalf of everybody in a marginalized group, it's just ick. But again, that's my opinion. Anyway, to summarize, Nicolaides doesn't read. I don't believe the alleged books were ever found in a place that would harm children. And this is just a step to something else. Because right now it's a non-issue that is being made an issue. Teachers, look out, because if your school board doesn't think it's appropriate, and even though the government doesn't have the ability to pull books, you're getting called into the office for a meeting if you use something they don't like. Oh, but violence? Fuck yeah! Yay, education in Alberta.